Good morning, folks. Welcome back. So today we have installed Blender 4.5 and we're going to see what, if anything, is broken as we try to move forward. Hopefully nothing. And we're going to be working on a large undersea environment. So this is something where Vulkan should be really nice and helpful if it works the way it's supposed to, because we could get to a lot of polys on this one. Let's jump in. Delete our cube. And I think we're going to start with a circle. I am not exactly sure what we're making here today, to be honest, in terms of what it's going to look like. Scale 150. So that's a 300-meter circle. Fill it. Yeah, I don't know exactly what we're going to be making. I don't know what exactly it's going to look like, but hopefully it'll be cool. And we'll kind of move forward as we go. Sort of concept art sketching at its finest. What are we doing? I got a big plan idea, an undersea environment. Beyond that, I don't know. Let's take this here and quad remesh it to, given that it's fairly large, let's go with 3, maybe even 350 this time. Normally I do 250, but let's do that. Delete the original and take a look. All right, sure. And I think I want some areas of rest and some areas that are less resty. And I wanted just to do it a little differently. Let's go to sculpt mode. And I don't use it very often. I need to find, I use it so little that I got to look up how to do, every time I forget how to do masking in it. But we're going to mask some stuff out here. Masking, there we go. So let's create like a flat area here. And a flat area kind of along here. We can have that go off to there. And again, these are pretty low poly counts, so like I recognize that it's, you know, not that defined. Okay, so now we've done that. Now we can just grab this instead of using the proportional editing tool. We're just going to actually sculpt this up, and that way it takes advantage of our masking, and we can get those areas in. It's just something different to do. So we're going to do something like that. Maybe we'll just put like a taller kind of thing in the middle there like that. That's fun. Yeah, I'm into that. We might come back and do it again, but this gives us just the basis. So we have some flat areas and some not flat areas. I'm doing all right, Dollar. How are you doing? Let's see. That looks all right. Now we should be able to 3 Shift G coplanar. Yeah, that should get all those down there. Great. Now let's assign those to vertex group detail so that they will stay flat. Okay. Save. New 25/07/16/1 live stream Undersea. What are we going to call it? Seabed. Nice. Alrighty. So let's try our first thing. Geometry nodes, terrain, terrainer base. Looks good. We want to do that way? Or is there more we want to do first? That does look good, but it looks kind of normal. Let's try, see what else we want to do first. I want to see maybe I'm going to actually and subdivide everything. Okay, because we got the space, right? Yeah, we can do this now. Vulkan makes everything great. 2. Let's just select this on here like this. That looks fun. Okay, this could be neat. Then let's select this. I don't know, just sort of playing. I guess since it added this, we'll do this here too. That like that, cool. And then here to here. And any more? Okay. And GZ. And create that. That looks fun. Yeah, this would be the seafloor, I think. Let's bevel it. Create that kind of a top thing like that. That's a little more interesting. Let's see what it looks like now. Okay. Yeah. That's fun. Again, just trying to push some interesting shapes into this space here. And now that we have that, I'm still liking it. But let's keep playing. Undo. Select random from that group. Deselect. Oh, I want undo. I want faces, not edges. 3. Okay. Select random. Yeah, deselect. And I want to deselect most of them. Okay. We can just take a look and see if we want to change anything. That was just a good place to start. We'll grab a few more. And maybe we'll grab a couple that aren't on that space. Sure. Yeah, just a few pillars there too. Because that's what we're going to make, is pillars. Cool. Now, select random. Got less of those. Okay. And maybe not quite that few. Let's get a few more. Okay. And then E again. And up. Nice. And then let's do it one more time. Select random. Let's do an Alt-E this time along normals. So we're going to get some wonky off to the sides. And tab. Now let's see. Whoo, dog. Okay. Oh, those are still normal. Okay, we got to fix that. This, this, plus. Well, yeah, no. Plus. Remove from detail, and this one remove from detail, and I think these two as well, right? Yes. Remove, and this one's a big one. Remove. All right. Funky. Do we want it to be quite that funky? Because right now we're getting, let's see, if we bring our edge creases down, is that going to help us any? A little. Bring our strength on our vertical one down to like 15. It's still cool looking. It has given us some, we still have some pinch throughs and stuff, which I'm not super into. Can we add more? Is going to help us. 0.5 iterations, 15. That gets rid of most of it, but it also makes it kind of neat. So now 2 and 0.2. scale. If we change this to, let's see what we get. That gives us way bigger pylons. We're still getting some punch through though. I'm trying to decide what I like and if I care. Don't look bad. Cut this down to 5. It will make it better, but it will also make it kind of lamer. So we want that like that. All right, let's try it. See what we can do. I am liking it. I'm gonna actually duplicate it just to make sure I don't lose anything. Now I'll just take this one and turn it off and move to Urge, just in case I want to come back to it, because I'm going to need to apply it and play with it a bit now. Apply all. But if it doesn't work, we don't lose everything. Although we probably just could go back with history anyway. Okay. So if we look at this now, the problem is those right there. Places where it's cutting through. Now, I'm going to try something. Let's just see. Mesh, cube. Where'd it go? Off to there. Okay, add a modifier. Remesh. Voxel size of 1. And we did that way so it wouldn't choke everything up. When we do this, and now we can link and copy modifiers. And yeah. 0.5. It does fix the problem, but look how fast it's going, though. That is pretty sweet. I don't know, man. I've been using it for 10 minutes, so I can't say yet. But that's not bad. Oh, gotta change this one. Let's change the wrong one. 0.5. It's like, why is it going? Anything? No. Oh, I know why too. Okay, let's just get rid of that. And come in and I'm going to get rid of the face orientation tab. 2. Fill. Yeah. GZ down. Okay. Now it's a solid. Now it should work. That does seem faster though. Like I can't argue. Copy modifiers. Oh, I got rid of it, didn't I? Yes. Remesh. 1. Now this to this. Link. Copy modifiers. That might be better. We're still getting some. Well, we can go a little smaller than that. 0.5. It is definitely going faster. That would have taken a long time. 0.1. 0.1 seems pretty good. We are getting a little bit of floaties, but not bad. Oh, I'm still on the wrong one. I'm doing the wrong one. Never mind. Go back to 1. This thing. Now let's try it. 0.5. Like, it's super fast, but it doesn't look like it's doing much. It's because it's not doing anything, you idiot. Okay, that's better, though. And it is still very fast. 0.25. Just adding back in some edges. And it definitely feels better. And face orientation, they're pointed the right way this time. Way better anyway. 0.1. So take it a lot higher. Let's see. This is going to take us to like 40 million polys, so let's see what it does. $25 million, and it fast. Yeah, I think I like it better. I think it's working pretty good. All right, let's use that. I think we're good with that. It's still way too many polys, but that's certainly fast as shit compared to before for applying one of these things. Let's see if we can't remesh it down, or not remesh it, but yeah, quad remesh it down to 2 million. I'm gonna count 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Remesh it. Let's see. Put it through its paces today. That looks like it's taken a while, but I'm not even sure quad remesh uses the standard Blender thing, so we'll see. I think it's an external app with just an interface. It does seem to be failing though. Remeshing project 1%. Ugh. Okay, I gotta abort this if it'll let me. Yeah, remesh canceled. Let's try doing it with just a straight up decimate here, because that is internal Blender, and see if that's faster. Decimate to 0.1. This should use my cores, if nothing else. Because I don't think I really want a 28 million poly landscape sitting around. If I can avoid it anyway. Well, it does look good. Still thinking. We'll let it think for at least a minute before we decide we don't want to do this and we come up with another way. Yeah, it's still thinking. Hey, Cobbler. We're putting Blender 4.5 through its paces, and so far now we're trying to decimate down a 28 million poly landscape. So that's a pace. It doesn't look like it's working super well, but we're gonna let it go. See how it happens. Decimate's always fun. Yeah. This is also a really complex geometry, so it's not a very simple decimate. So, I think we're at 19 minutes and 46 seconds. The stream's been going. I think we're gonna let it go until 21 minutes, and then we'll see. So we'll give it another minute 15, and then we'll try to find a different way to do it. I think this might work. I just don't know that you guys want to wait 20 minutes while it finishes before I can keep working on it. Whereas if I was just doing it on my own, I'd, go make a coffee and come back. But I don't think it's crashed. I just think it's processing. Let's see. Yeah, no, it hasn't crashed. It's just processing. But I think it's a bit much for us. Trying to be a little too aggressive with this one. Which is fine. Okay, yeah, we're going to kill it. Now let's just open a new Blender. There's our sub from yesterday. We'll put that in a little bit, but let's stream seabed. Yeah. Well, I tried using quad remesh first, and it was showing me a percentage, and it was not it was not a pretty picture. So it was working, but yeah, it's all right. Honestly, probably would be okay even with the bad normals. I just like to try to fix it if I can. But, it is what it is. I mean, we're trying to make a 300 meter in diameter detailed landscape that had 30 million polys on it. So, it's going to take a little bit on any computer to mess with it. So, even with Vulkan, I'm not feeling bad about it. Come on, load up. Put our sub in the meantime. I'm trying to think if I did anything else after I left you guys. I added this light on the bottom for the rendering. That was about it, I think. But there we go. Okay, we're back. Okay, we're way back. We're too far back, but we're gonna go recover, autosave. Seabed. Because that went way back. Didn't realize it's been that long since I saved. Okay. So this is a 28 million, which we can either decide to leave or, well, one thing we can do. Let's see. Tab. Let's see if it'll let us edit it. That'll be a good test, too. AFK. It's all good. It won't let us edit it. Yes, it will. It's actually not too bad. One. Actually. 3. Ooh, yeah, it's awful. I see. Yeah, that's definitely a pretty low poly. Or high poly, rather. Low, small poly. 1. Okay. There we go. B. We'll do this either way. Let's see. Again, this is kind of a play with the day, or with the tool day, so I'm not too worried about it. Is that going to solve it? No. Come on. Where you at, dude? Of course I know what AFK means. Come on. It's probably using AFK before you were born. Are we? No. Okay, we are now. 1. And select. And X vertices. Let's see. We don't need those there either way, but I'm not sure how much that's gonna. I mean, it's gonna remove 8.5 million faces from us. Okay, once we get it. Yeah, it's got some polys there, my friends. Okay. Now. Yep. Well, I mean, it's actually not an insanely dense mesh. It's just a large mesh. If you were to look at it on the size of each one of those polys, unfortunately, they're a tenth of a meter. So each one of those is 10 centimeters because we went to a remesh of 10. This is what I say. Like it's a nightmare, but we're down to 20 million polys. I have decimated before. It didn't take forever. Let's try one other thing now. Let's come back in. Like I said, we're pushing Blender 4.5. See what it'll do. And let's just grab. And Control L. Let's see what it does. How long is it going to take to find all the connected stuff? Yeah, I thought it might be fun. There we go. So that's not too bad. Okay, it looks like most everything is connected. Invert. See if there's anything that I'm missing. Because there is, I'm just going to delete it. Looks like there's like 5 or 6 little tiny things. X vertices. 2,000 faces out of 20 million not connected. That's kind of a pointless change. Okay. Now. Let's come back. Let's save. And maybe we'll try quad remesh again down to 2 million. That's 2 million. Yes, that is 2 million from 20 million. I'm trying. We're just seeing what it does. That's fine. It's fine. Oh, we got to the 1% faster. Remeshing progress, 1%. Yeah. 60. Oh, no, it's going all right then. That's not bad. We'll let this go. We got to 16% in 15 seconds. That's not bad. Let's see if it gets past that. says it's working. Do we believe it? I think I believe it. I don't know if 3% every 30 seconds is fast enough for us or not, though, right? Again, this would be something I just like, I'm going to go make a coffee and sit in my room, but, you know. Unsubdivided's going to do bad things to this, I think. But we could try it. I mean, ultimately, I might just give up on this whole thing. That's why we saved the original and come back to it. So, like, you know, but we got another hour to play with this before I start thinking about what I need to be done. So we're all right. Oh, 50. It jumped fast. Probably did all the flat stuff in here. That's going. Now, it might be garbage afterward. Let's see. That would be funny. Like, oh, yeah. But it's reasonably moving. And this will make it look pretty, too, if it works. Because quad remesh is going to give us a much, much nicer geometry than any of those other options. So I'd like it to work. I'm trying to think if there's anything we want to do in another window while it's working. Because it's only using 20% of my CPU, so we're not doing bad there. I could do more at the same time. But the sub's good. I guess like what I could do is join the sub together now while I'm thinking about it. Let's apply everything on this sucker. Let's get rid of... That's in light. Yeah. Okay. And... just turn that off. So we just want all this stuff. Yeah. A... object... convert to mesh. See if it will work. So I think it's... yeah, 4 objects, which is not... that's fine, because they're... not... I'm going to get rid of the fog. Okay. Join. Active object is not a mesh? What's not a mesh? Alright. All this shit's mesh. Join. There we go. Michael usually shows up sometime around now. Still at 75, so it's hit one of those like slow points. Those didn't get added. Well, let's just join them. Didn't have them selected. Cool. And join. Or maybe he actually has something better to do than watch me today. That's also possible. There we go. Let's just call it sub. Sub. And let's see. Loading render kernels. Yeah. 75 still. That doesn't bode well. Don't lock up on me and die at 75%. That would suck. Just want to make sure that all of our UVs and stuff worked once we joined it together. But it's still barely touching my processor, honestly. We're at 28% CPU still. Now, I mean, we're using 30 gigabytes of memory, but, you know, that's this thing. Come on, 75% my ass. Keep working. Loading render kernels. Yeah. New version of Blender. Save it, because I don't mind them being connected. Yeah. If it gets done, I may have to kill it. Um, and go back to the very beginning and just do it a little less bumpy. But I like it this bumpy, so, you know. We're going to give it another couple minutes, though. As long as this thing's going, too. I mean, we could make some plants and stuff in the meantime as well if we wanted to. Just sort of trust that it's actually going to do something. I think it will, but... maybe we'll do that once this is... we'll start working on some assets for this thing in just a sec. Let's get these render kernels done, though. Let's just make sure we're still... yeah, we're using Vulkan. Cool. Low performance in VR. Well, we're not using VR, so that's fine. Yeah. There we go. And let's change our world to be bright so we can see what the heck we're doing. Yeah, there's a sub. So yeah, it turned out okay. It didn't get weird. Good. And this thing, still at 75. Okay, well, we're going to assume that it's okay. Save this again. And file, new, general. We'll start working on some stuff. Okay. Now, how do we want to do stuff like that? Shift A, mesh, circle. Yeah, tab, fill. And again, I think we will subdivide it, quad remesh it to 2. Keep it low though. I'm just going to go like, I don't know, 128. Cool. Delete the original. There we are. Now, here, right? Let's see if this works. Growth factors. Yes, differential growth. Tab 2. And differential growth. Step. Vertex cube is required. Switch away paint to find the growth area. Oh, I just need to give it one. Right. Plus. Cool. I already assigned it. Oh, but yeah, I have to edit. Assign. Okay. Now, growth step. Let's go. Step scale Z of 5, so it's going to go up more now. Cool. And what's step size? So our split radius down to like 0.2. Step size down to like 0.05. And keep going. Kind of gives us this wonky, let's see. Did it die? Yeah, it killed everything. It just did not work for us. Oh well. It just errored. So that's not going to work. Okay. Yeah, you can limit it from the CX. You can also have it grow in a certain direction. But it didn't work. Okay, so we didn't like that. You know what? I think in the interest of making this thing work and not being 20 million polys of ground, although, you know, maybe that's okay. I mean, it's okay. I'll just trust that. See what happens. It'll be fine. Yeah. So we can go back. Just back and back and back and back and back. Back to the very beginning or near the beginning. To here. And we can put a mesh. And it doesn't really matter, but let's do it. Yeah, that goes here. GZ, scale it down. Control A, rotation scale. Now this object, growth direction, go towards that sucker. And different growth step. So focus. Oh, I need to increase the strength on it too. I haven't used this tool in a while. Growth direction factor 2. Yeah, so see, it's still going the other direction, but it's going way more towards that than that, which is fine. And we can even make it like 5, and we'll cut our step size down to 0.05. Our split radius, so this will make it split more often. 0.1. And let's see. Way funky. We actually do this in weight paint mode, and it's kind of helpful to see what it's doing, because then we can kind of come here and add that. Let's see if it does anything. They're connected, so it's, yeah, it is a little. That's fun. Kind of into that. Now, let's cut our Z factor down to 0.1. And increase our repulsion factor to 2. And grow. We're getting kind of large on this one now. But that's fine. This is a really old add-on. But it's fun to play with. It's great for making things like plants in the tops of flowers and stuff like that. It's just doing all these growth steps. Oh, I don't know. I upgrade all the time, but, you know, it always makes some things break sometimes. You have to play, so basically, if you're happy with the version you have, there's no reason to upgrade. I always like getting the new stuff. I'm very much into that and playing with new things. I always feel like it opens up new pathways for me to try stuff. Come on. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, see, that went nuts. Let's go back to object mode and just undo. I'm going to go back. Might even go back a bit more. Take it down to like here. Yeah, okay. And now now what we can do is we can remove the growth on all of these if we want to. So it won't grow on any of that stuff. That would be our bottom. And get rid of all that. And just a few more. I don't think you can do... Can you... I don't even try. Can you do transparent mode in weight paint and have it go through all those things? I don't know. All right. Well, that's good. We're going to go with that. Object mode. And then we're going to remove the icosphere entirely. Set a Z to 1 again, or 0.1. If you have a halfway decent processor in your computer, I would kind of recommend it, because as he says, it does give you a bit more. Let's see. 0.2. That's fun. I don't know if you can or not. That's brush. Sorry, cobbler. Can you brush through the mesh? I don't know if you can brush through the mesh or not. I can't remember. I don't actually do that much in weight paint. I'm pretty minimal on it. There you go. That's neat looking though. That's what I wanted. Let's get rid of that. That's fun. And I like this. I should probably just save it. Never tried having a 20 million poly landscape before, but it's supposed to be better now. So maybe I'm just like, should let it go. Okay. Meantime, let's come back to this for a minute because it's more fun to play with. Like, I think no matter what your laptop is, it should be more efficient than it was. Same perspective, yes. Come on. Don't tell me I have to do this again on this one, too. I'm back here. All right. So this object, I'm just going to move it off to the side. And I'm actually going to, let's see, add a modifier, smooth it maybe? Yeah, we'll smooth it a bit. Maybe not that much. There we go. And apply all. And I'll come back over here and let's do another one. Mesh, plane this time, SX, sure. RX90, GC1, all transforms. We don't really have a lot of vertices on it yet, but let's do like a control 3. Yeah. And apply that down. And now weight paint. Let's just grab some funky ones like this. Okay, and yeah, there I have it. Okay, and yeah, I don't know. Let's see. So let it go on its own this time. Not really towards anything. Yeah, it's too small. We want to change our step size. 5. And our split radius to 0.1. And this is to 0.2, and this to like 0.5. You can see what it does. It's kind of neat to watch what it does to the. Okay. Interesting leaf. Hey, Michael. Good to see you, man. Okay. I like that. Now let's take that, Shift D, RZ90, join it together, Tab A, M by distance, cool, sculpt mode, not sculpt mode, weight paint, cool, they're all selected again, and differential growth step again. That's a fun looking kind of plant. I'm into that. Yeah. That'll work. And then I think I'm just going to come to sculpt mode. Actually, I'm just going to go to edit mode. And come down here to this point right there, right? 1. Yes. Turn on proportional, connected only, GZ, and give us that. Nice. And weight paint again. Let's see if we want to mess with it. And maybe we run it one more time. Yeah. Okay, and again, maybe let's smooth it down just a little bit. Apply all. Back over here. Here's our ground. Good. Good deal. Let's keep playing with that again. Photographer, exposure. You're back up to like 0.5 so I can see what I'm doing. That is one ugly terrain. I don't like it at all. But I think we're going to fix it. And let's go to shaders, me, sandy shore. We gotta UV it. Ooh, that'll be fun. Let's see what that does. Is that the way? Strange women lying upon distributing swords is no method for determining government. Come on. I'm back here. There we go. This one. Where's my cursor? Let's do one more. Still may have to change our ground. It just might be too high poly for us. But, you know, we'll see. Shift A, mesh, circle, fill it, poke it. And let's just try, why not? We use tissue and weight paint. And we'll go on formula. Doesn't really matter. Curly stripes. Okay, I'm just going to randomize it anyway. There we go. Cool. Now, I do want this one to go up. Did I delete that circle? Damn it. I want to be in object mode. Mesh. Icosphere. This. So far, so good. It doesn't seem like it's amazingly better than the earlier versions, but certainly it's not bad. Growth vector factor of 10. Okay, and let's see. Growth step. That is pulling it up. Good. Okay. Now let's take our split radius to 0.25 and just do that for right now. Yeah, 10. We can go to 12. It's going to create us some like taller, more seaweedy sort of plants. And let's just, now that we're up at the top, give our step size a 0.05 and a split radius of 0.2. Oh, yeah, 0.1. Sure. Try that. I mean, you haven't told me which one to create, so I have no idea. That's a kind of a non-question. It's like saying, how much time does it take to walk someplace? Yeah, where do you want to walk? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to use this. Sadly, I think it's still a little bit, I don't know, okay, I mean, it comes through, but it is slow. Our test is going to be the UVing of this. If that works okay, maybe we can use it. Oh, the Wacom thing? Yeah. Wacom Desktop Center. Go away. Okay, is that better for you? Yeah, this is a nightmare. That's still too high, but into that. That's looking cool. And let's just do one more. Let's start with a circle again, but let's cut it down. Vertices is only 3. It's going to have an interesting stem. Okay. Tab, fill, and subdivide. 5 cuts, sure. And weight paint. I'm just going to go with formula. Again, doesn't really matter, just something. Hyperbolic, sure. No. Well, let's see if it'll randomize it. Okay. Good deal. Yeah, I think 1 to 2 years is probably a reasonable amount. Growth object again, we're going to set it to this thing. We'll set the factor on this one to 8. That's not quite as strong. We're going to set our base factor inhibition to 5 and our shell factor inhibition to 5 and grow. And it's going to stop, isn't it? Shell factor is 0 now. All right. Give it increase our split radius. 0.1. Step size. 0.025. Small. It's gonna. That's too small. 0.1. I love that you can jump back and forth on this one. You can be like, I'm gonna do a small section, then a big section, then a small section, then a big section. That's kind of neat looking. Now we're going to set this to 0.1 and this to 2 and this to 2. And we're going to set this to less than that, 0.01 and 3 and 3. Nice. That's very kind of corally looking. I like that. That's sweet. Yeah, sometimes he just listens to me babble. That's, you know. Come on. I feel like this landscape has been my albatross today, and that's fine, but I think I got a little too aggressive with it. But how are you going to know unless you push something, right? Unwrap. Smart UV project. Sure. Actually, I'm going to unwrap and cube project just because this thing is so big. Oh, yes. Sculpting mode's a whole nother thing. And there are people who use it professionally that have no idea how to use it. It's not a big deal. It's something you use if you need it. I mean, it's better than ZBrush to use. Maybe not in power, but that's about all I can say for it. That's sweet. Liking that. Okay. How's this going? Object mode. Uh-huh. Yeah. I see you. Yeah, you know what? I hate that I've spent like so much time working on this, but I think we're just going to nuke this one and just use the lower poly one. It's just kind of a pain in my ass to deal with a 20 million poly landscape. Shockingly. It doesn't really need to be that for what we're doing anyway. It's just kind of playing. It's just taking too long to update things. Oh, I don't know. It's hot. Like I said, I used it at the very beginning of this to make the intro for the ground. Like just I find sculpting mode is really useful. Having masks is really useful, but I don't know that I sculpt big things in it though. Yeah, it's gonna just take forever. Come on, back over here to our plants then. Weight paint. I like that. And I like that it has that. I almost like those colors. So, which is cool because we can take this, I'm going to call it, I don't know, edge color. Great. Great. And back to object mode. And now I'm going to go grab my, I don't know why this one does not like to show up in my list, but vertex group to vertex color. Throw that on here. And now we can turn vertex group is edge color to EC. Now, shading. New. Search attribute. Or is it color attribute? I think it's color attribute, isn't it? Color attribute, yes. EC. Fine, fuck you. Maybe this is just attribute. Let's see. We'll know in a second. Yep, that's what it is. Cool. And that's doing fine. And let's just take search ramp, color ramp, and our dark is going to be like a dark blue, sure, and our light is going to be like a light cyan. Pretty. Now let's add, just for funsies, like a, what's that going to do here? So green, can we move that in? Like that. Yeah, maybe we change this green, not really super feeling it, to like a red. That's kind of neat. Now we make this our base color. Cool. And maybe let's just do one more. Over here at the very end, that's again like a dark color. We don't want it black though, probably. Like a dark blue. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Plant Factory would be a really good tool for that. It's not Blender, but it's free. And it imports really well into Blender. I would highly recommend Plant Factory for that. Okay. Yeah. Let's just delete this thing. Come back to our original. And mesh resolution down to 3. Turn it on. And 4. Yeah, we'll leave it at I think I might just accept the cut throughs and move on. That'll be okay too. Get the strength down to 12. Yeah. Scale 0.1. Yeah. 0.2. Oh, 5 the other direction. Yeah. All right, we'll do that. That's fine. Not quite as cool, but it'll work. And it'll be a lot easier for us to deal with. Cool. That's better. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's just say screw it and apply. Because that's, 400,000 polys versus 20 million polys. It's going to be just a bit better. Yeah, just smart UV project. Cool. And Sandy Shore on, and shading. We're going to just tweak this one a little bit because we got to get the grass out of it. We don't actually want grass this time. Okay. So let's look and see. This is grass. So we're just going to nuke that node. Right? I suppose I should probably look at it to see what I'm doing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, we knew we were pushing it. That was kind of the point. Yeah, there we go. Now, the other grass we can leave because we're just going to bring up the sand. Where's our sand? Is it this one? Yes. Z5. Cool. Yeah. And there we go. Okay, so we need to go a little higher. Let's see, Z50. It's going to take us the whole thing. No. Fine. Z500. Go away. And that gets everything, so we don't want that. No. Okay. 100. All right, fuck you. Fuck you. Just going to reverse it. Is this the sand? Which one is this? No, it's a dirt. Cool. Is this sand? Or dirt? Let's see. That's grass. Okay, so if we get rid of this one, just entirely, goodbye. And so this one is sand, right? Yes, that's sand. And this one is rock, right? Yes. Okay. And take this to here. Should be good. Let's see. Yes, we are. Flat things be sand. Yeah, this channel is set not appropriate to children for a reason. There we go. Good. Nice. Okay, that'll work. We like it. Now, we like our first plant here. I didn't even save these. I'm just going to save this as seabed 2507 16.1 seabed plants, just so I have them. Okay. We liked this one. I feel good about it. Copy the objects over to here. Just paste it. I don't need the icosphere anymore. New collection. Lances. Okay. Where is it? There it is. We'll deal with scale in a minute. This one. It was one of the things I had to check on, yeah, for the when you make a YouTube video channel. Like, is this appropriate for children? No. Weight paint. Okay, that one still also has some stuff. So let's use this. Let's do the same thing on that. We're going to call this also edge color. And object mode. Copy material or link, not materials. Yeah, we'll do that too, actually. Link materials, copy modifiers. Let's see, it should be that same blue now, right? Yeah. Let's change it to a different material. It's new, and we're going to call it, I don't know, seaweed 2. And shading, and we're just going to wonk, wonk, wonk. We'll make that blue like a purple. Cool. That's a neat looking seaweed. I like it. Let's use it. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's I know that's what it means, but I suppose I should actually finish materializing this thing, although it doesn't really matter. Roughness. Do we want to do anything with the roughness on it? Or just leave it kind of... Let's do... What's our... Texture... Gabor, maybe? Let's see if that'd be fun. Let's see. Gabor could be neat. Can we map it to UV? What does that do? Tab A, U, Smart UV Project, Unwrap. Yes, that is kind of cool. It's going to be kind of a bullshit thing anyway, because we're just doing Gabor to roughness. There we go. And search ramp. That's actually still not right, but, you know, hey. Scale. I don't super care. Great. We're just adding some variation to it, basically. Nice. Save. Yeah, probably not. Might be a good thing if they did, you know, maybe kids learn to be anti-fascist better, but, you know, no. Plain, cool. Did this get applied? Or is it just not? Okay, there it is. It's like where? And back to the other one over here. Let's just keep doing the same thing because it's kind of a decent way of doing it. This to here, link, copy modifiers, link, materials. This, we need to change the name of that group to edge color. Gives us that. Cool. Seaweed 3. This is just really cheesy, but kind of fun. You know, like let's take this blue and make it a dark green this time. And this, we'll make it like there. And that blue, we'll make it like that. And this red, I don't know, different green. Take that, make it kind of in, yeah. I'm going to actually duplicate that one. Can I just copy? Well, fine. I'll do it this way. Plus, great. Bring it over here. This one, color. Make it that. Make it 2 rows of it now. Yeah. We could even do a 3rd if we wanted to, but I think 2 is fine. Let's do a 3rd. Why not? Bring it in, and we need a new one on this side. That's going to be this green, and then we need a new one on this side. It's going to be that. And now we have these cool stripy things going on into that. And then this at the end. Actually, I'm going to change that. Maybe make it darker. Yes. Yeah, that's cool looking. Like it. And Control C, copy objects. We're here into plants. Paste. We got what, one more? Yeah. Link, materials, link, modifiers. Take this one here. Change this very ugly name to edge color. And maybe we'll just make it be the same kind of plant as the other one. It's just going to be like a grown-up version of it. So it does that. So we can even leave that as the same material. I'm like that. And then paste. And get rid of the icosphere. Okay, and we're going to do that. Then we probably want to put them in as separate layers in our geoscatter, which we should do now. Do now. I can speak. Okay, those two we want selected. So circle and retop of circle. These are going to be, we're going to actually call it green, beige, green, beige 2. And the other two can be their own thing. Not at all. Totally not necessary. Powerful, but not necessary. I mean, I can even revise that. It really depends on what you want to do, right? Like, I feel like you shouldn't preconceive what you want to learn so much, that's too high, as you want to figure out what you want to do and then learn what you need to do that. That's the key. It doesn't, like, who cares? Nothing is necessary to learn. What's this? Where's my Z? Like, it all is based on what you want to do. This where I change the Z height? Yeah. 25. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I find them helpful for a lot of the stuff that I do, and even I don't know them well. I kind of know them well enough I can modify other people's geometry node stuff to do what I want to do. Now that's good for me. You know, like geoscatter. Select that. Let us select the green beige plant first. And we are going to say it's going to scatter and it's going to clump, because why not? And scatter the object. And we get a whole bunch of them, yes. Kind of thought that might happen. Let's first off, rotation scale. See if they get smaller. They don't. Okay. Yeah, they're already pretty big. Well, let's fix that, because that's just a bit intense. First thing we're going to do is scale. Cut their base scale down. Default scale. Oh yeah. If you've been using Blender for a month, I don't know that I'd mess with geometry nodes right now. 0.25, so it's like a quarter the size. That looks better. I think that's a good size. Maybe a bit bigger. Let's go 0.33. Not 0.19, 0.33. There we go. Yes, I agree. Material nodes is going to give you way more bang for your buck initially than geometry nodes, what Michael said. And now we're going to take these and rotation. I do want them to have vertical influence, but not too much. So we'll leave it at the default. Then we're going to go abiotic, slope. Yeah, we'll get rid of absolute just because I'm paranoid. I don't want ones growing upside down. Yeah, it's pretty good. Into that. And then, might actually be still a few too many of them. So let's cut our distribution down. Because we got 2 more plants to throw in here. Minus, minus. All right, so there's our first one. Now let's do blue. All right, let's take it to a smaller scatter object. We're going to call this one blue. And instances 2. I really do like this one. Kind of like it even large too, so we might have to cut it down a lot more. Instances 0.25. Yeah, that's looking good. Slope off the slope. And again, rotation, vertical influence, just a bit. Nice. Okay, that's really working for us. Then let's do purple. Same vibe. Scatter the objects. I'm going to, let's see, ecosystem. Let's try this. Well, first off, let's do the other. Slope. Gets rid of most of them. Yeah. Not absolute. Yeah. And then ecosystem. I want a repulsion from scatter system blue with a minimal distance of 3 meters. Right? Minimal distance of, let's just say 10 meters. That pushes him out. That's too much. 5? Okay. Yes. I like that. So we made it so those don't grow near to the other flowers, or whatever we want to call them. Rotation. Vertical influence on. Cool. Let's save. And not bad, my friends. We could do a little more. Let's see what it looks like. We could always do more plants, right? You can always do more stuff, but that's looking kind of styling. I like all the bright colors are cool. It's gonna be neat when we add the water in just a minute too. Our green ones kind of are nice, and I think I'm actually going to go to the beige ones, green beige, the first one, which we should just rename. Let's call them all. This is green beige, and this is purple. Yeah, you aren't the only one singing that, Michael. Under the Sea. I've been there for the last couple of days while I think of this, and then I make up horribly inappropriate lyrics for that. So shocking to everyone, I know, right? There we go. So we'll increase the slope allowance for that one slightly, so we get some more on the hills, and they're not all occupying exactly the same space. And then maybe on blue, let's do the reverse of that. Blues are going to, these ones, because they're wider, they're going to want to work mostly on flat spaces. So we'll set a maximum slope of that of 10. And then I'll get rid of some of them. And actually I might make them a little bit bigger. Where are we at? Not rotation, not ecosystem. Scale, there it is. Default scale. Let's make them a bit bigger. Say 2. Two feels too big. Although we could do 2 and then a random scale underneath it of 0.5. So it will allow for some of them to get bigger, but not all of them. How do we feel about that? That looks okay. I think we might want a few less of the purples. There's still just quite a few of them. That looks better. And I think we want a few more green beige. That's very cute, Michael. Nice. That's looking good. Okay. So now let's do some water. Moving on here. I'm going to turn off the geoscatter just for right now. Make it faster for us. And easy fog. Ground fogs. And we're just going to do the God Ray fog. Everything cool. Fog it up. And we're going to scale. X is 310. Y is 310. Z is 100. Let's see if that does it. So we're pretty close. Let's go to 150. Okay. Apply all transforms. And shading. And we're going to fix that fog to make it the underwater one, because why not? Scatter. Volume scatter. Cool. And it's the second one. Fournier Ferrand. And that to there, that to there, that to there. And yeah, let's come back and easy fog. Let's change our color, just give it a little bit of blue. It just kind of helps the vibe. Maybe even, yeah. Density is going to be 0.2. Take care, dollar. We'll see you later, man. Have a good one. Cool. And sky again. World. We're just going to set our color to damn near black, but probably blue. Let's go into a blue, yeah. But very, very close to black. Value of 0.01. Still getting a lot of light. World background color. I just want to see what happens if we set to 0. Where's light coming from? Where am I getting light from? Is there a light in the scene? Or is this... No. Nothing glowing there. Yeah, no, that's right. Why am I getting light in my scene? That is quite strange. No world. If I remove the world entirely, something is glowing or giving me light. Probably a light got brought in somewhere and I'm not seeing it. So let's see. Filter on. Other. No. That's very weird. Because that should not be glowing. Duh, I know, right? Okay. New collection. I'm just gonna put in ground, so I get it where I want it to be. And if I turn off ground, see, because that has no light. So something with my ground has light. Is there something that I've accidentally turned it to have an emitter? Normally when it does this, it's when you have not checked something properly. Let's see. Shading. There should be no emission. There's an emission. Why is there an emission? Bizarre. It just got, oh, it got misconnected when I was doing it. Okay. When I deleted the other ones willy-nilly, it connected it automatically. That's fine. All right, that's better. I was like, what the hell? There should be no light here. Value of 0.1, too high. 0.01, probably okay. We'd go a little higher though. Let's blue. There we go. And strength. I don't like the color. I'm gonna go more on the green side. Yeah. Okay. Good deal. That was weird. Lights. Shift A. Add a light. Add a sunlight. And let's give ourselves a little bit of something there. I don't know. And color to 12,000. And fog on. Still very bright. Okay. 0.25. That's better. That might be okay. We might have to add some individual lights in here just to make it read better. But let's turn on geoscatter. I mean, that's probably realistic lighting. If anything, it probably should be darker, but, you know. But that's cool. I'm liking this. No, not delete selected object. Render. Okay. Let's go grab... We saved this, right? Those are fun. I like those. Recent. Grab our sub. Yeah, so the verdict 4.5, Vulkan is better. It's not like orders of magnitude better. It's definitely better. I would recommend using it. It's a good reason to upgrade to 4.5 if you haven't, particularly if you have a multi-core processor of any kind. But it's like, you know, maybe 2 or 3 times as good, not 10 times as good. So, but 2 or 3 times as good is still pretty damn nice. I'm not going to argue that. It just probably won't let you do a lot of new things that you couldn't do before. So if you were in a boat before doing something, you're in about that same boat now. It's just going to be a little bit easier. See, those are big plants, because there's our person. That's our... Turn on geoscatter. Yeah. Like, those are not tiny, tiny plants. Those are like 3 or 4 meters tall minimum. But that's fun. Let's set a camera here. We're going to go with the Area Alexa. Yes, if you were struggling to do the thing, there will be less struggle now. If you couldn't do the thing, you probably still can't do the thing. That's how I would look at it. Oh, look at these cute little sliders now that they added. That's so cute. So like that. And let's see, focus on our ship. Turn the fog back on. And we need to upgrade our camera. We need to set our clip end to like 500. So we actually see stuff. And we're definitely going to need some more light than that, or brighten things up. If we just brighten things up here, it'll feel more like it's just changing the exposure versus adding more light. But let's see. That might be too much, though. I don't know. I think I'll play with that stuff probably after the stream. I think we're in a good spot to stop. Yeah, so we messed around for a long time with this terrain and then decided ultimately that simpler was better. But in the meantime, we also used the differential growth modifier add-on to make our plants, and they turned out pretty cool. I'm into that. Again, used the, I'll show you here, very simple vertex group to edge color geometry node setup, which is literally that. It's the simplest thing ever. It just takes a vertex group, gives it a named attribute, exports it, stores the named attribute as something else. So if you ever need to use vertex colors as an attribute for something, this is how you do it. And yeah, I switched to Blender 4.5 today. That's what we're testing. So yeah, and got her going. Thanks a lot for hanging out with me, everybody. I appreciate it. I will be back again tomorrow. We'll start adding some intelligent life into this space, I think, and start seeing who lives down here in this area. Have a great rest of your day, and we will be good. All right. Take care. Later.